Hi, I'm Mickey Zeta, and this is 14-day challenge day 5. I'm so excited. I'm going to tell you we have had a big discussion in our house this evening. And you met my friends, Judy and Jean, who are here visiting from Buffalo. And I am going to talk about personal growth. And my husband said, Mickey, you know what personal growth is, but not everybody does. So I came outside, because they're sitting out here on the patio, and I said, hey, Judy, what is personal growth? And she just rattled it off. It's improvement, it's doing what you need to do to make your life better, to change your attitude, to change your mind, to change things that maybe aren't working well in your life. She nailed it. I said to Gene, what's personal growth? And he said, I don't have an idea. I have no clue what personal growth is. That's what Alan said. People don't know what personal growth is. So the first thing I'm going to do is talk about personal growth, what it is to me. To me, personal growth, particularly for those women like myself who have escaped domestic abuse, it's the fact that we have things in our heads that attracted us to those abusers. And if we don't change whatever that is, that cycle is going to continue. And that is just not okay. So how do we change that? What do we do to make that different, to make a different outcome? And the only thing we can do to make that different is to change how we think. You know, I'm going back to my Wayne Dyer comment. When we change the way we look at things, the things we look at change. So I chose to change the way I looked at things. And you know what that cost? That cost me money, an investment of time and an investment of money, and willingness to make a change. Not everybody has that. Now, I left a marriage where I had a really nice lifestyle. We had plenty of money. We had a big house, you know, blah, 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 all that stuff. When I left, I had almost none of that. I didn't leave penniless, and I know some women do. I did not leave penniless, but I certainly could not maintain the lifestyle I had. I could not spend the money I was used to spending on myself or anybody else. But I knew if I didn't change, I was going to go to another abuser, and I'll be damned if that was going to happen. So I got a credit card in my own name. Never had that before in my life. And I used it to buy my personal growth, to pay coaches, to pay counselors, to pay for classes, for webinars, for books. I knew if I didn't use some way, if I didn't have some way, because I could not continue thinking, I can't afford this. I could not continue thinking, I don't need personal growth, because I would end up in another mess, and so will you. If you don't embrace personal growth, change how you think and how you look at things, you will end up with another abuser. It's guaranteed. Just look at your friends. Look at your friends who are living with alcoholics, or with abusers, or with drug addicts. We continue to go back to the same people that we're used to. And what's the common denominator? It's the person who's choosing those people. It's you, it's me. And I didn't want that to happen ever again. So I used my credit cards. I read one time that credit cards can be ropes, or credit cards are like ropes. They're either gonna hang you or they're gonna pull you out of the mud. And I used my credit card to pull me out of the mud. And it worked. So if you think you can't afford personal growth, you are wrong. You are wrong. And I was wrong too. It took me a while to get that credit card debt paid off, but it's the best thing I did. If you can afford personal growth, do it. Do it. And if you can't afford it, figure out how you can. It's worth taking a part-time job. I'm telling you, if you don't change, nothing is going to change. I know that because that's the way it worked for me. And that's the way it works for thousands and thousands and thousands of women. So don't make an excuse. Don't say, I can't afford it. Don't do that to yourself. You are so worth changing the way you look at things. You are so worth creating the life that you deserve and that you want to live, a life that you love. And you don't have to be afraid. You don't have to walk on eggshells. You don't have to think about every word that you say. You don't have to worry about the mood that your spouse is in when he walks in the door, because you have changed and you don't live like that anymore. That's my message for my 5th video on the 14-day challenge. I will be back again tomorrow during the day, and tomorrow night at 7:30 is Wednesday Night Live with Mickey, so don't miss it. Thanks for being here.